A red warning light can give you 2 minutes. That's it. Most people keep driving to the next exit, and that's how Jeep engines get destroyed over something totally preventable. This list is the difference between a Jeep that hits 500,000 miles and one that needs a rebuild. Here are 10 secrets to make your Jeep last a lifetime. Miss one, and you'll pay for it. Secret number 10. Check tire pressure monthly, including the spare, and only do it cold. Your tires are leaking right now. Not dramatically, just quietly, about 1 psi every month sitting in your driveway doing nothing. You won't notice until the Jeep starts pulling on the highway or a tire reminds you in the worst possible way. Here's what trips everybody up. You check pressure right after driving and the numbers look fine, so you move on. But driving heats the rubber, and hot rubber gives you a fake high reading. That all clear after your morning commute could be off by 4 to 6 psi. Your tires were wearing unevenly the whole time and you were completely in the dark about it. The target is on a sticker inside the driver's door. Cold tires, 60 seconds per tire, done. But the spare is where people really get hurt. Nobody touches it for years. Then they get a flat on some back road, grab the spare, and it's completely dead. The one tire that never drove a single mile fails the one time you actually need it. Check it monthly like everything else. Correct tire pressure still won't save you from the mistake that quietly shreds your drivetrain every time it rains. Secret number 9. Never run 4H or 4L on dry pavement, not even for a minute. Shifting into 4H on a dry road feels capable and tough. That feeling is completely wrong and your Jeep is hurting itself. Jeep's own documentation says 4H and 4L are for loose surfaces only. Gravel, mud, sand, deep snow. On dry pavement, the tires grip too hard, the system locks up, and all that force has nowhere to go except into parts that weren't designed to absorb it. You might feel a small hop through turns or a faint shudder. Nothing loud, just quietly damage buildings week after week until something expensive snaps. The one that really catches people is rain. It's pouring and 4H feels like a safe, responsible move. But wet pavement is still hard pavement underneath the water. The manual says loose ground only. Wet doesn't count. 2H for normal driving. 4H when dirt is actually moving under your tires. 4L for rock crawling, steep descents, and deep sand. Left it in 4 hours on a dry road by accident? Shift back. Fewer mistake miles. That's the game. Now the drivetrain is safe. But the next secret protects something most people ignore until it costs them thousands. Secret number 8. Follow the service schedule and keep every receipt like it's a legal document. 2 Jeeps at a dealership. Same year, same trim, same mileage, same color. One sells for $4,000 more. The only difference is a folder of receipts. No mechanical advantage, no extra features, just paperwork. Jeep's warranty is conditional on following the owner's manual schedule. Miss a service or lose the records and a repair claim gets denied completely. Not reduced, not negotiated, just gone. When you go to sell it, serious buyers walk away from a Jeep with no history because they don't know what they're actually purchasing. After every service, write down the date, the mileage, and what was done. Oil, filter, differential fluid, transfer case, brake fluid, coolant. Did it yourself? Save the parts store receipts. That paper trail is the difference between a documented Jeep and a mystery vehicle someone's taking a gamble on. The trap is thinking easy driving means you can stretch the intervals. But Jeep classifies city traffic, stop-and-go commuting, short trips under 10 miles, dusty roads, and off-road as severe driving. If you're sitting in rush hour every morning, you've been in the severe category this whole time without knowing it, which leads directly to the dashboard notification you keep tapping away. Secret number 7. Reset the oil life monitor after every oil change, every single time. Your Jeep is paying attention to how you drive. Every cold start, every short errand, every haul up a hill. The oil life system calculates when your specific oil is wearing out based on your specific habits, not a generic estimate, not a sticker someone slapped on your windshield. On most Wranglers, the reset takes 10 seconds. Key on, tap the gas pedal 3 times within 10 seconds, key off. Skip it and the alerts start misfiring. Your brain starts treating every warning like background noise. Then a real red light shows up months later and you tap that away too because you've trained yourself to ignore it. 10 extra minutes on the highway with an actual emergency flashing at you is how engines die over something completely preventable. After every oil change, reset the monitor and photograph the odometer. 3 taps on the gas pedal. That's the whole secret. But there's a different fluid sitting deeper in the drivetrain that nobody thinks about. Use the wrong one and nothing feels wrong for weeks. Then everything goes wrong at once. Secret number 6. Use the exact fluid your manual specifies for drivetrain components, not something close enough. Your transfer case was built for one specific fluid, not a premium alternative, not whatever the shop stocks in bulk. One formula, usually Mopar ATF plus 4 or whatever your build requires. Every seal and every gear surface in that component was engineered around that exact chemistry. Pour something else in and seals respond differently to heat. Metal moves against metal with slightly wrong lubrication. Nothing sounds wrong for a while. Then something does. And by then you're not talking about a fluid swap, you're talking about a full rebuild. The right bottle costs about $30. A transfer case rebuild after running the wrong fluid for a year runs well into the thousands. Those numbers sitting next to each other make the choice obvious. When the Jeep goes in for any drivetrain service, pull up the spec on your phone and show the mechanic. Some shops pour generic all-purpose fluid because it's faster. You pay for that decision 6 months later. Ask to see the bottle. Ask them to match the spec. A good shop won't hesitate. The right fluid protects the inside. But the outside has its own enemy, and it works slow enough that by the time you see it, it's already been there for months. Secret number 5. Wash the undercarriage after mud and salt, and don't wait a week to do it. Think about what your Jeep looks like on top after a trail run. Clean paint, maybe a little dusty. Now think about what's packed behind the skid plates and up in the wheel wells. Mud, gravel, water, all of it sitting against bare metal, working through it slowly while you're up top thinking everything looks fine. Road salt is the real villain. It accelerates rust in a way that's genuinely shocking until you see it in person. One winter of salty roads without washing underneath, and by spring you've got bolts that should spin off with a ratchet that now need a torch and a lot of patience. Park on grass after a wet drive and the moisture sits trapped underneath with nowhere to escape. 15 minutes with a garden hose right after a muddy or salty drive changes everything. Squeaks after a dirty trail run usually mean dirt in the rubber bushings or early rust on exposed steel. Hose it down the same day you get home. You'll never regret washing early. You'll definitely regret putting it off. If you don't want to rely on memory, I made a full Jeep longevity ebook that expands on this list and adds even more protection tips. Click on the link in the description below if you want it. Secret number 4. If you run dusty trails, check the air filter way earlier than the schedule says. 30 minutes behind another truck on dry gravel. Dust so thick you can barely see the tailgate in front of you. Great day out. Your engine was slowly choking on dirt the entire time. Jeep classifies dusty driving as severe and says explicitly to swap the air filter sooner under those conditions. Dust packs that filter dramatically faster than city driving, and the consequence of waiting is simple. Your engine pulls thousands of liters of air every minute. A clogged filter cuts that off, and the engine fights for every breath. You feel it as a sluggish throttle and missing power that you can't quite explain. A lot of people end up at a shop convinced something serious is wrong. The fix is a $20 filter and 5 minutes of your time. Pop the airbox, pull the filter, tap it against your tire. Thick brown gunk falling out of the folds? New one in, done. Trail days every month? Keep a spare at home. The check takes less time than filling up with gas. But the daily habit that actually kills more Jeeps than off-roading ever does has nothing to do with dust or dirt. Secret number 3. Short trips every single day are quietly draining your battery to nothing. Monday morning. Running late. Keys in. Turn the key. Click, click, click. Dead battery. Your own driveway. Every time you start the Jeep, the starter pulls a heavy load from the battery. A 5-minute run to the store gives the charging system almost no time to replace what was taken. That deficit grows with every short errand. Cold mornings make it worse because thick, cold oil takes more force to turn over, so the starter pulls even harder from a battery already running low. One 20-minute highway drive each week gives the charging system enough time to fully recover. Jeep sitting parked for several days? A battery tender overnight solves it completely. On cold mornings, turn off the heated seats, the stereo, and anything else you don't need before you crank. Reduce the draw before the engine has to fight it. A slow crank on a cold morning is a warning. Ignore it long enough and the battery stops asking politely and just quits. Secret number 2. Wrong fluids and unapproved parts can void your warranty on a repair worth thousands. This one's basically the same. 5 words that can hand you a bill your warranty should have covered entirely. Jeep's warranty documentation is not subtle. If damage traces back to incorrect maintenance, wrong fuel, or any fluid that doesn't match the owner's manual spec, the claim is denied. Not reduced, not reviewed, denied. The coverage disappears completely. This catches people from both directions. The one grabbing the cheapest option and the one buying the most expensive because premium must mean better. Neither matters if the spec doesn't match what Jeep requires. The number in your manual is the only thing that counts. Any shop saying, "This works for all vehicles," is waving a red flag in your face. They're saving themselves time with a generic product, and you absorb the cost months later. Ask to see the bottle. Ask them to match the spec. A shop that knows what they're doing won't flinch at that request. All of that protects your warranty and your wallet. But number one has nothing to do with fluids or maintenance schedules. It's a decision you make at 70 miles an hour that determines whether your engine survives the next few minutes. Secret number 1. When a red warning light comes on, pull over immediately. Not at the next exit. Right now. Red light on the dash. You're doing 70. Brain says almost home, just a few more miles, probably nothing. The engine says you have maybe 2 minutes before this gets catastrophic. Jeep's manual is direct about the oil pressure warning light. Stop the vehicle and shut it off immediately. Not slower. Stop. Low oil pressure means metal is grinding against metal with nothing between them. Every second you keep driving makes the damage worse. Every single one. Overheating works the same way. Temperature gauge climbing into the red means pull over and let it cool completely. Saying, "Just 5 more minutes," on an engine already past temperature can warp the cylinder head, blow a head gasket, or seize internal parts that cost more than several car payments stacked together. A tow truck runs about $100. The Jeep gets flatbedded to the shop, comes off fine, gets fixed, and you drive it home. Push through a red warning because the exit looks close, and you can destroy the engine before you even get there. A $100 tow or a $10,000 rebuild. Say those out loud once. Red lights means stop, right now. Yellow warnings appearing repeatedly mean to schedule the shop before it becomes a red situation. And if you genuinely don't know which symbols on your dash means stop immediately versus check it soon, spend 10 minutes with the manual tonight. One of those lights will appear someday, and the decision you make in the next 30 seconds will either cost you a tow or cost you an engine. Follow all 10 and your Jeep doesn't just last, it outlasts everything around it. Did you learn something new? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.